Okay, welcome everybody. It's 2 o'clock, so we're going to go ahead and proceed on time, and we're going to take a few moments to acknowledge a number of people who are here and doing the work that they need to be done. It is an honor and a pleasure to have all of you out here today to celebrate this great day in not only Cumberland County and our region, but the state of North Carolina. It's been the joint effort of a lot of good people working hard together to make a variety of things happen that are for the benefit of the people of this area and this state. So it's one of those things that as we come here today to celebrate Fayetteville Technical Community College and Cumberland County Regional Fire and Rescue Training Center, that you are to be here. There are so many people that are here that have had a significant part to play in this that I'd be remiss if I did not acknowledge some of them, but if I tried to do that with each name, I'd miss somebody and that would make me feel bad, so I won't try to do that. But what I am going to do is everybody on my Board of Trustees who are here today, would you please stand and be recognized? All those from the Cumberland County Commissioners and their staff, please stand and be recognized. Our state legislators, you guys have been phenomenal in helping us with this. Please stand to be recognized. And the ones that have been in the midst of this thing from the very beginning, I would ask that our good friend, Freddie Johnson, and all the fire chiefs and fire people that are out here for which this was designed in the first place, please stand and be recognized. Mr. Causey, the Insurance Commission, and Brian, the Fire Commissioner, please stand and be recognized. You guys do a great job. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Well, first of all, this is the day and a culmination. Where is the Colonel? I saw him, Colonel Johnson, head of the Highway Patrol. Please stand and be recognized. You don't think for a moment I'm going to forget you. We are so blessed to have so many great people out here recognizing these and doing the things that we need to do with each other. That this has been a dream that we've worked on for a number of years. Started off with a short meeting about playing what if and maybe and what do you think we could do, and we started and that developed over time, and it came together in a way that is just absolutely phenomenal. I think this is a state-of-the-art facility. We're going to expect great things out of it, to include great things out of the leaders that are going to lead this charge. And I'd like to have Steve Drew and Jolie Marsh and Mark Sarles and all my staff that have been involved directly with this, please stand and be recognized. That's a lot of people. I told them not long ago, it's like the puppy catching the train. We've caught it, now what are we going to do with it? It's going to keep us busy. But I'll tell you what, there's no greater work that can be done than with this right here and what we're doing together. So thank you for taking the time to come out and celebrate this great day. I'm going to introduce a number of people. We're going to try to keep this as short and direct as possible because you're more interested in seeing the facility and interacting with our people than we are anything else. But I'm going to share with you just very quickly. I'm going to ask my lovely bride over there, Vicki, to stand and wait. I'm going to pay for this to be recognized. I couldn't do what I do without her leadership and her help. And you know, I have a great board of trustees. That's the thing that makes a difference in terms of what we do. And I have a great team at the system office. Bill Carver, would you stand and be recognized again? Bill and I go back a long way. He's the interim president of the community college system and does a great job. Thank you, Bill. I'm going to introduce a number of people, and I'm not going to come up and introduce each one of them at the between their presentations. So you gentlemen back there in those uniforms, please come forward and join us in the shade. You don't need to be hot. You do all the work for us anyway. So please give these gentlemen a round of applause as they come up. We appreciate all the things that you do and the sacrifices you make and the great expertise you demonstrate on a daily basis, keeping all of us safe. There are a number of people I'm going to ask to come forward and say, make brief remarks, but I will tell you this. From the very beginning, We have had the involvement of people from the fire service and rescue areas that have been engaged in these conversations and discussions. It would not have happened without them. And so I will tell you, it is literally an opportunity for us to come together in the right way to work together so that we can make great things happen. And this has happened because of this. It is simply a situation to where I look at these people as the angels in so many ways of people that come in and help us whenever we're facing some of the most difficult times in our lives. And that might be in a situation where we're experiencing a fire or a flood or an accident or something like that. And all these people are the angels that come to our assistance in concert with our good folks in the law enforcement arena as well. So this is more than just a building. This is more than just the culminations of some dreams. It is literally the opportunity for us to say not only thank you, but to give a state-of-the-art training and educational facility to those who are going to be responsible for helping us in some of our most difficult times. And so please see these firemen and firewomen around the periphery here, and some more you will meet over here. Please give them a round of applause for all they do for us every single day. I'm going to take a special moment to have two people rise and be recognized. One of them is County Commissioner Jimmy Keefe, who was the County Commissioner Fire representative that asked to talk to me a number of years ago. Jimmy Keefe, I'll never forget that. You came in and he always throws things at me like this. He says, well, I've got an idea. What do you think might happen? I said, I don't know. Let's talk about it. And then he brought an outlaw with him named Freddie Johnson. Freddie Johnson Sr., would you stand, please? And they got me in my conference room out there, and we started talking. And at that time, we had someone that said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That someone is no longer with us. But point being is that it is a situation to where without the impetus, and Steve Drew, you stand up as well. Steve is on our staff, and Steve was in that group as well. And I had people telling me, that's the dumbest thing you guys have ever thought about doing. Why would you ever consider doing it? Well, we did it. This is the result of it. And the people's lives who are going to be saved, the people who are going to get services in their most destitute, most difficult moments are going to be educated, are going to train and educate the people that are going to provide those people that need the help when they need it. So with that being said, please give these three individuals a round of applause for the great work that they've done. Amy Cannon, you're in that. Amy Cannon. Mr. Chair, I'm going to embarrass her. She's going to kill me. Stand up, Amy. I've had the good fortune in about 3 states to work with a lot of county commissioners in many, many different capacities in big-time stuff. Amy Cannon, I've never seen a county manager as adept and as effective as you are and the leadership you provide. This would not have happened without your guidance, without your assistance, and without your encouragement. Please give Amy Cannon a round of applause. Now, that being said, I'm going to introduce my board chair, Mr. David Williford, and then Fire Chief Freddie Johnson Sr., then Mr. Jimmy Keefe, the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners Fire Commissioner, Chairman Glenn Adams, Miss Amy Cannon. She probably didn't know I was going to do that. She gets to make a remark or two. And then Mr. Mike Causey, I want you to come up and say a word or two from the Insurance Commission and all the people that you all work with the Fire Commission. And Brian, you can come up and join him if you want to. But the point being is these are people that make these things happen day in and day out. Now, Chief, I am not going to let you stand back there next to Steve Driggers. If you want to come up here in the shade, you come right on. Steve can stay back there in the sun. But anyone that wants some of these seats, please find an empty seat under the shade and make yourself comfortable. I'm going to try not to let these conversations go on too long. I'd be remiss. Gene Smith, if I failed to recognize you, one of my fellow presidents from Brunswick Community College, thank you for coming. And Dennis, thank you so much for coming. Board Chair, Bladen Community College over here, thank you so much. And our former senator over here, Wesley Meredith, you were probably in on some of these very early discussions early on. Thank you for being here. And I can't see anybody else out there. I'll introduce everybody out here if you give me a chance, because it really took all of us to make this happen. So without further ado, Mr. David Williford.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome you to this dedication ceremony. Dr. King was here earlier, and he recognized several people, and I would like to recognize a couple of people myself. I want to recognize the individual that had the vision, the foresight, the energy, the direction to come to the Board of Trustees and say, we need this facility here. Went to the county commissioners, they supported us and did us a wonderful job. I want to introduce Dr. King. Without him, this place would not be here. So I want to thank him for that. Thank you, Dr. King. Also have one other announcement. We did have a Board of Trustees meeting today, and I do have the privilege of making the announcement that we have selected Dr. Mark Searles to lead us January 1, 2023 as our next president. Dr. Searles. I know he's going to do a wonderful job, and we all support him for that. So thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Good afternoon. I know it's hot out there, but this is a big deal. So, ladies and gentlemen, special guests, fire chiefs, and members of our service. Today is our fire and rescue services. It's been a dream in the making for decades. And reality set in for us on October 29, 2019, when we officially conducted our groundbreaking ceremony here on site, today almost 3 years ago. We are here dedicating our new regional training center. I'm excited, not only for myself, but for our firefighters, rescue technicians, and first responders, and for all of them and the Cumberland County Fire Service, as well as regionally. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Cumberland County Fire Service, today is Christmas in September. And I'm sure all the members of the fire service here agree with me, and they're just as excited. I'm proud to be in front of our new Regional Fire and Rescue Training Center that starting today will be operational and ensure that our current firefighters and first responders can maintain their skills, learn new skills and certification, as well as train and certify our future firefighters, rescue technicians, and first responders. I've learned something through this process. There's a big difference when you're building a house versus a commercial building or a Regional Fire and Rescue Training Center with multiple features, such as a main administrative and classroom facility, a separate and distinct burn village, a separate technical rescue area, and thanks to Sheriff Wright, we have access to an adjoining driving track to teach emergency vehicle driving practices, and we are not done with the upcoming phase 2, and we're construction phase. Additional burn buildings will be added to our burn village, and a swift water center will be added. And it's all right here, providing us a regional one-stop training opportunity. I want to thank everyone here today that made this possible. So instead of a ribbon cutting today, we're going to do a hose uncoupling that is much more traditional in the fire service, and it's in line with what we're doing here today. Today would not have been possible without the support of so many, and I'm going to have to echo Dr. King and Mr. Williford, and support for our fire service. So I want to start off with by thanking our Cumberland County Board of Commissioners for their support and action of our public safety quest. Again, thank you for the land and the capital improvement funds for this center, and this would not have been possible without your action. Mr. Chairman, the Board of Commissioners, thank you. Fayetteville Technical Community College Board of Trustees for their support. Again, we would not be here today if it were not for your full support. Mr. Chairman Williford, Board of Trustees, thank you. President Dr. Larry Keene and his great staff, thank you. And to Dr. Keene, thank you for your leadership, sharing the vision, realizing our training needs, and making today a reality. Thank you, sir. I want to say thank you to our county manager, Ms. Amy Cannon, and her staff, who also fully embraced our needs and certainly helped get this project rolling. Amy, you never hesitated. I was there. I saw it. And you took this project to your board commissioners and received unanimous support on behalf of the fire service. Thank you. I need to say thank you to Fire Commissioner Jimmy Keefe. He was extremely instrumental with coordinating with Dr. Keene and our county manager to get this project out of the gate. Jimmy, thank you. H&H Architects. I don't know if they're here or not, but thank you for this beautiful design. Barnhill Construction and David Dugas, the project superintendent, and his staff for their extra dedication and strive to ensure we have sound and first-class facility. David, thank you. Director Steve Drew, I think Dr. Keene first mentioned him. He actually brought this project to me in 2018. And it took us 4 years to get here. Steve, that was a good decision. Thank you. Richard Lee and the project team, I want to say thank you. We've met monthly and bi-weekly for a long time, but I want to say thank you for y'all's professionalism. I learned a lot. Thank you. In closing, I'm reminded what I said during my groundbreaking ceremony back in October 2019. To sum it up, what the groundbreaking meant for our fire and rescue service, not only here in Cumberland County, but for our region is simply this. And this is what I said in 2019. Today is the beginning of a long-term visionary strategic investment in our fire and rescue services, training here in Cumberland County and for our region. And I can say today, the strategic investment is a goal that we met. From our entire fire and rescue services, thank you to everyone, and to Dr. Soares on behalf of the fire service, congratulations, sir. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon. Come on, it's good afternoon. You know, for those of you who know me, my name is Jimmy Keefe, or if those of you who don't know me, my name is Jimmy Keefe. I'm one of the county commissioners. And it's not often that I'm speechless. And for those of you who know me, know that's true too. But this building is amazing. And this building is amazing for so many different reasons. As elected officials, there's nothing more important as we go forward is trying to take care of the citizens of our community, and public safety is such a big part of that. For those of you who don't know, when we have these hurricanes and disasters and people call and they say, hey, I need help, they want to make sure, they don't care who answers the phone or who comes, they just want to make sure that they're well trained and they're competent at their job. And what you're going to get today is in our area, right here in Cumberland County and Fayetteville and these surrounding areas of Bladen County. This facility is going to impact so many people's lives, not just because of the people that come here to train, but also the people that they help. And every time that you call that, when you call them and you call 911, for those of you who don't know, during Hurricanes Matthew, we had over 150 swiftwater rescues. These were just people that you see on the street. But now we're going to have the opportunity to really up their game as they go there. So again, it's been said before, but you know, as county commissioners, when we came with the idea, we just found the football. We gave it to Fayetteville Technical Community College, and they ran with it. And they came all over it, and I think all of us would agree they really scored a touchdown on this one. It's an amazing facility. It's something we'll be proud of for generations that we come through. And the number of people that walk through this place to get training to help each of us is going to be such a multiplier in our lives. And then, you know, Dr. Keene didn't stop there. We doubled down on greatness, and we got a groundbreaking right after this. We're going to have the nation's largest indoor swiftwater rescue training center right here on this campus also. So it's you can tell that we take this serious, and I think that everyone is going to be impressed. Thank you all to the team from not only Fayetteville Tech, to our legislators, to my fellow county commissioners. Amy, I hate you're leaving, but it's a great one to leave on. I really do. So, y'all, thanks a lot. I appreciate all the help that we've had, and let's look forward to some good training that comes on here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. You know, usually I tell you that it's my wife, Gail Adams, who tells me to be short, but can you imagine it was Dr. King who told me to be short? Y'all ever heard Dr. King talk? See, they're laughing at that, Dr. King. But it does give me pleasure as the chairman of your Board of Commissioners to be able to stand here and bring you greetings on behalf of the more than 366,000 citizens of Cumberland County. And I will take this opportunity to introduce my county commissioners, and I'll tell you why, and I want them to stand. You met Jimmy Keefe. Stand up, Jimmy. You've got Commissioner Booth, Commissioner Lancaster's here, and I saw Commissioner Evans come in. And the reason I asked him to stand up is this is by no means a small endeavor. So all the land that you see out here was given by Cumberland County. So we wanted to make sure that this was a great place to be able to come and do training. And then on top of that, we gave $10 million. Thank you. You can have a seat. We gave $10 million, and that's more than a notion from your Cumberland County Board of Commissioners. But the reason that that's important, and we talk about, and I'm not going to reiterate what they talked about, but this is going to be an economic engine for Cumberland County, because we've already started getting calls from up and down the East Coast and all the way out to the West to come here and train. And when you go inside and take a tour, you will understand exactly why they want to be here. And so on today, I'd just like to thank, I think we got Mayor Kia Anthony from the city of Fayetteville. We've got Mayor Warner. We've got Mayor McLaurin. We've got our sheriff in his right. We've got Darrell Allison, who is the president of Fayetteville State Community College. And the reason I introduce all of these people, oh, I made him community college, Fayetteville State University. I will pay for that. Well, I guess when he gets installed on Friday, I'll elevate him. That's what we'll do. Fayetteville State University. But the reason I introduce all of these people, because it's important of collaboration. Being able to collaborate with each other is what makes this thing happen. And you see up here, we also have some of our delegation who brought back some of the money right here to this community for us to be able to do that. And, you know, I do have a day job, so I'm not going to be crazy and not introduce Judge Jim Ammons, who is here today. Judge, how you doing there? So thank you all so much for coming out. And Amy, come right on up. It is bittersweet that we're losing our county manager, but I tell you, she's done a tremendous job. Amy Cannon.
Thank you, Chairman Adams. It's an honor to be here today, and it's days like today that remind me why I've spent 32 years in public service. Thank you, Dr. King, for allowing me to be a part of this process. Today's a new chapter for training and readiness for our firefighters in this community, in the region, and statewide. Our first responders deserve a state-of-the-art facility for readiness, and this is the new crown jewel of our community for readiness and training. This center is the premier example of a successful collaboration among multiple entities through strong partnerships. This needs to be the new model, Dr. King. Dr. King, I want to thank you for your leadership, for the vision of Freddie Johnson and Commissioner Keefe. And I want to thank you for bringing the right people to the table and allowing me to be one of those individuals that came to the table. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Mike Causey, your State Insurance Commissioner and State Fire Marshal. This is an amazing day for North Carolina. It's an amazing day for the community college system, in particular Fayetteville Technical Community College. And it's an amazing day for Fayetteville and Cumberland County, and especially this southeastern region of North Carolina. And I believe, too, that this will be an economic engine for all of southeastern North Carolina and North Carolina. And this is the most impressive facility, first-class construction. In my former life, I was a field engineer in the construction industry, and I've never seen any finer construction anywhere, and some of the best landscaping I've ever seen. Real fine job. I can't believe how green this grass is in this hot weather. But I want to thank all the county commissioners, Dr. Keene, Freddie Johnson, and all the fire chiefs and the Office of State Fire Marshal and everybody that was involved. And I don't think any of us, some of you may have imagined how this would turn out, but when we came to the groundbreaking, I certainly didn't envision anything as grand as this, and I'm looking forward to the tour. Dr. Keene, thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Causey. Appreciate you being here. After a comment that Commissioner Glenn Adams made, I'm going to go ahead and make good on that now. You set the tone. My good friend, Chancellor, congratulations on your installation. If it makes you feel any better, when I was making my installation, I had somebody talk about us being the university. And so I think I might even have made that statement. So you can do well. I'm not sure it's a step up going to Fayetteville State University, but we're going to work together very quickly and please stand and be recognized. He's a dear friend and doing a great job, and I think somewhere else in this assembly is my good friend, Superintendent Dr. Connolly. Where is he? Is he down here? There he is. Please give Dr. Connolly a round of applause. What you may not know is Dr. Connolly, I think on the 23rd or 24th, something like that, you're bringing a bunch of superintendents in here from other parts of the country. What people don't realize, we all work together with each other to make these things happen. And so each of us having our particular part of this is an important element. I would be remiss, and I recognize you all as a group, but Senator Deviere and Representative Soka, would you come up here, please? Mr. Adams, you did a really good job getting me out of trouble. I appreciate it. We would not have the level of opportunity that we have here right now were it not for these two individuals working together. And so I'd like to give you an opportunity to give them a round of applause and thank you. And if you'd like to say anything, please do.
Thank you very much. Unexpected opportunity to talk here, but being a politician, whenever there's a mic, you always run to it. Look, this is a great facility, and speaking for myself and the rest of the delegation, we're more than happy to have done what we did, working together across party aisles. What's even more important, between chambers, the House and the Senate, that's the real division up in Raleigh, to be able to get the funding that we did for this facility. It really does take a combined arms team, going back to my military times, in conjunction with the fire chiefs, with the commissioners, with FTCC, with each other. We're just very proud to be here today, and we thank you for the recognition you've given us. And really the recognition goes to all the firefighters who have been trained and yet to be trained at this magnificent facility. Thank you.
I think John said it all, but just on behalf of the entire delegation, Representative Billy Richardson, our chairman, was unable to be here. He got stuck with a court case, but he wanted to send his congratulations as well. Freddie, congratulations. I know this has been a baby of yours for a while, so congratulations. And Larry, thanks for your leadership on this. You talked to us many times, and for the previous representatives that served at the state level that assist on this project, we appreciate your efforts as well. This was definitely a team effort across the board. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and it's so important to have great leaders like these that help us go to the places we need to be. It is one of those things that when we started this thing, there are ways of doing things. Bill Sessoms, I'm going to embarrass you for a minute. He's our state construction office, helped us through a number of things. This man has been invaluable to us in terms of what we've been trying to do. Bill Sessoms, please stand and be recognized, and our gratefulness to you for all the work you've done in the state construction office. And we did a construction at risk project this time, and I've just tried to call you Barnes and Noble. I don't know why I'm doing that, but anyway, what? Anyway, stand up, Barnes. Brad and Dave, stand up. Robert, are you here? And these guys have done a phenomenal job. Normally, when you get into these realms and you construct something, this is a complex operation. And I will tell you, I have had more confidence in what we've been able to do working with you guys and all those subcontractors that you helped us with, and Bill, you helped us with. I'm telling you, it could not be happening without you. Richard Lee, stand up. Richard Lee is our head of facilities and maintenance. He did a phenomenal job. And then that lady that's been hiding on the other side of him over there, that is Kristen Hess. Kristen, would you stand? Kristen Hess is the head of H&H Architecture, and did a phenomenal job. It would not have happened as easily as it did without these great people working in concert together. And the lady in red that stood up behind Richard over there, stand up, Robin. You know, that is Robin Deaver. She's my senior vice president of whatever she's a senior vice president of, business and finance. I call her the money lady. Betty Smith, I saw you in the area out there. You trained her very well. She did quite well. This complexity, the quality of what you're experiencing would not have happened were it not for these people working together with us. So please give them a round of applause and thank you. Now, I am going to make one more comment, but before I do, I'm going to ask Mr. Bill Carver, the president of the North Carolina Community College System, to come forth and make a comment or two. We go way back together. Don't believe the stories he tells on me, and I won't tell any on him unless you ask. But this is a great man. He's done great work for the North Carolina Community College System, and he's a dear friend of ours. Bill, thank you.
Thank you, Larry. I'm not a politician, but when you turn the podium over to a retired college president, they always have a speech in their pocket. Larry, when you said state of the art, you really mean it. I think the only thing missing, I've been looking around and I got here early and I've looked and looked and looked. I just don't see a Dalmatian yet, but I know they're coming. The leadership matters and it shows. But on behalf of the State Board of Community Colleges and Chairman Sullivan, I do bring greetings. Larry, this is just another fine example. You're just going to make all the other 57 jealous. You know that, Larry. You did, and you're leaving. You're not going to stay here to take the guff. Larry Keene is a first-rate gentleman. I've known him a long time, and I appreciate your comments, Larry, about our friendship. You've earned all of the congratulatory comments here today. I hope you're just bathing in it. You deserve it. The open door of the community college has many brands, none more important than our first responders and fire service. I was watching Game Day this past Saturday. I don't know if y'all get up on Saturday mornings with a cup of coffee and watch Game Day, but they did a story about a football player being pulled from his burning home as a child with just seconds to spare. This is what this facility is all about: preparation, preparing the brave men and women in turnout gear to answer the call when the alarm sounds. Everyone who made this possible, and it looks like a great model for success with all the partners that you have here, are to be congratulated because it will save lives. It has been said many times, a community college graduate often runs to the scene of a catastrophe when everyone else is running away. Larry, thank you again for allowing me to be part of this opportunity. Thank you for truly being the complete college president. He told me he's plans to do a little bit of travel, but your hard work shows here today. Now it's time for you and Vicki to relax in a schedule-free lifestyle. Watch out for binge watching. It'll get you. You have earned it, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bill. It's an honor to be here. Catherine, I want to recognize you on behalf of Senator Burr is here as well. Please you say hello to everybody. There you go. That's kind of like a prom queen, you know, doing it that. That's good. That's good. Chief Hawkins, I see you out there as well. Thank you so much for being here today and your team. It is an important thing that we're about today. I want to introduce one more person before I end my comments and we break this thing and get you inside. Barton Bolfast, are you here? Barton, Barton, come up here. This guy, I'm not going to let him talk, but I'm going to show him off. Barton, come on up. This guy, we went out to Georgetown, Texas, and at 3 o'clock we're going to have not a grand opening, but a groundbreaking over here. And so Barton with Fathom Tanks has helped us get to a point to where we are going to build the state-of-the-art facility, 80-some-odd thousand gallon tank to train the swiftwater rescue folks in this activity. And if you look over here to your right, you see a yellow sign way down there. At 3 o'clock, that's where the groundbreaking is going to be. But Barton and Fathom Tanks, you guys have done a phenomenal job in working with us. We have only the greatest of expectations awaiting us to do the things that we're going to do together, and adding that swiftwater training facility to the facility you see here is going to be something really special. And so thank you for being here and joining us today. And he's even, I don't know if he's a Texas Longhorn or not, that makes me choke a little bit. But even if he is, I'll claim him when they don't play my Oklahoma State Cowboys. But the point being, thank you for coming this great distance and the great work that Fathom Tanks has done in not only helping us see the vision, but at the same time, I don't know if we've accepted delivery of that tank yet. We've just got to build a building now to put it in. And so we're in the process of building that building, and that will be up and operational. Now, Richard tells me in January, I don't know if, he always tells me these things, I don't believe him, but we're going to get this thing up and running this spring, and we really, really, really look forward to bringing people together so they can experience not only what we do in fire and rescue, but at the same time in swiftwater training facilities. So please give Barton and Fathom Tanks a round of applause for really, really rounding this thing out to a significant degree. Thank you, Barton, for being here. All right, without further ado, I'm going to ask everybody to step forward to your place, and we're going to do the uncoupling. Thank you so much for being here. This is the beginning and really continuation of something I think is very, very special. It has everything to do with those ladder trucks over there with that American flag flying. That's why we're here today, is to help those that are helping other people on a continual basis. You see many of them around these trucks, many of them up here in front of you. And so we're doing this swiftwater training facility so that we can help them do the things that they have to do to save us in difficult circumstances and at the same time be safe themselves. So with that in mind, on behalf of our trustees, on behalf of the county, on behalf of our state, thank you for being here and sharing time with us, because I think when this comes about and the next grand opening that we come to, you're going to see something that is really spectacular. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for encouraging us today and supporting us as we do this. So Justin, if you'll come take this thing, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to dig a ground, okay?
First you got to look up. Hey, Bill, get you a shovel, bud. Bill, get you a shovel. I'll be a bashful there.